Today, flight is a normality in human civilization. However, in ancient times, it was just a dream that we can maybe one day reach. So there were many legends written about it, like the story of Daedalus and Icarus in Greece, a story of hubris, how Icarus thought he was superior to everyone else because he had the power of flight, but he flew too close to the sun, and the sun burned the wax on his wings, and he plummeted to his death. Nighty-night, kids. Have good dreams. However, there is a lesser known story in Persia. Basically, Persia had this king called Kavus, who was a bonehead, arrogant, annoying, and, very sorry for the language, but a bastard who did not care about the welfare of his people and basically thought he was God. So one day, Satan himself puts on a disguise and goes towards Kavus, saying, "Hey, you're the greatest king this country has ever seen." And Kavus said, "Now you have my attention." So Satan said, basically every king ever has only ruled the land. What if you go and rule the sky? That would cement your legacy as the greatest. Human fate is in the sky. So if you rule the land and the sky, you're basically God. And Kavus loved this idea. So Kavus told his engineers, "Hey, I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky." The engineers got to work. They caught a number of fish and threaded a spear through each fish, and then they would attach the spears to Kavus's throne. They also caught some eagles and chained the eagles' legs also to his throne. The eagles would see the fish and want to catch it and eat it, and so they would flappity flappity flap, pushing the air down, which by the third law of Newton, which says every action has a reaction, pushing Kavus's throne upwards. And so Kavus took off into the sky. In a moment, filled with hubris, he declared himself as God. Now, God obviously did not like the new competitor in town, so he made the eagles realize that they're not getting the meat because they're attached to the throne, and the throne is attached to the spears, and the spears are threaded through the fish meat. So when they go up, the fish meat also goes up, and they will never catch it. So the eagles kind of just stopped flapping. And everything, Kavus, his throne, the eagles, and also the spears plummeted down to the ground. So normally someone who has fallen from 2 to 5 kilometers in the sky would die. However, Kavus had two things going in his way. Number one, he landed in the jungle and the trees broke his fall. And number two, mathematicians had predicted where he was supposed to land. So everybody came together and kind of put a huge mattress in there. So he fell on the mattress. Physically, he sustained minimal damage. But emotionally, oof, because everybody was condemning him. Why do you do this? Why'd you do this? Oh my God. Heck, even one of the most trusted, experienced, and respected commanders called Gudars told him that a mental hospital for you is a better place than the palace. Emotional damage. So, yeah, don't get too full of yourself. Hubris is a bad thing, and just never say you're God, okay? Moral of the story. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.